Hey everyone, it's Richard Metal Fan here, bringing you guys a brand new 2019 album review. And today we're going to be looking into the new album from the band Allegaeon entitled Apoptosis, which was released through Metal Blade Records. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with Allegaeon, they're a technical death metal or melodic death metal band hailing all the way from Colorado, and these guys have been around since 2008. I discovered Allegaeon back in like 2014 or so, and I was like, wow, what is this? This was definitely really good. And I checked out all their other stuff and I was like, damn, this is all really great stuff. And then it was like going back from like their debut album, which was released in 2010, called Fragments of Form and Function. It was like, damn, this album is good. Just has some really great melody within it, but also has a lot more technical style, just brutal, just death metal right in there. It was just really great. And then in 2012, they released their second album, Form Shifter, which is a really good album of theirs. And then we go into 2014 with the release of their third album, Elements of the Infinite, which that was pretty much in my opinion, my introduction to Allegaeon and how I became a fan of these guys. I really dug this stuff. But it wasn't until probably around 2015, 2016 where the band had a little bit of a lineup change. In 2015, their original vocalist Ezra Haynes had left the band, and then they had a new vocalist, Riley McShane. And then in 2016, they released the first album his first album with the band, called Proponent of Sentience, and which I honestly feel like was their finest work to date. And it also pretty much has like a new introduction to like Allegaeon's sound, which also incorporated Riley doing like some clean vocals, which has never been done on previous albums. And I was like, damn, it really stands out. And I remember hearing them actually covering Subdivisions by Rush, and I was like, wow. It really pretty much in my opinion, I feel like is like the new chapter of Allegaeon. Yeah. And this, like I said, this new album, Apoptosis, is the band's fifth full-length album, follow-up to their previous album, Proponent of Sentience. And does this album live or top that album? In my honest opinion, I feel like it definitely has. Like, the band has pretty much had just matured and just gotten better and better, whether it be with like the songwriting, the musicality, the lyrics, everything is just spot on. Let's just talk about the vocal work. Riley McShane ever since he joined, it pretty much took like the whole band into like a whole new direction, and it's in a great way. Like, just like his growls and almost kind of sound just very just evil and just more brutal and just death metal sounding. Like, and his screams is just great. And his clean vocals had really shines a lot on some of these songs. It's just, damn, I feel like he's just a really great vocalist and a really great introduction into the band. Guitar wise, Greg Burgess and Michael Stansel just come up with some really great riffs. Just like the riffs that Michael just comes up with is just superb and just spot on. And Greg's like leads and just soloing, and he just shreds all over the damn place. The bass is pretty audible. This is actually the first album with a new bassist, Brandon Michael. His bass playing is just superb. It's definitely heard well in the mix. And drumming wise, Brandon Park's drumming is just amazing. Like, one of the best drummers I've heard, and I'm actually buddies with him on Facebook. So yeah, he's a pretty cool guy. Great drummer. Love him. So without further ado, let's dive into this album track by track. Now, the album opens up with the song Parthenogenesis, which immediately hits a wave of complicated bass from Brandon and just some cymbals from Brandon, the two Brandons in the band. And then enter the guitars of Greg and Michael. And then the 2 minutes and 14 seconds of this track, it ticks almost as all musical Allegaeon boxes. Just very technical, complicated, intelligently composed music handled by some extremely talented musicians. A great way to start this album. Just start off perfect. Then we go into Interphase, Double Dash, Meiosis, another good song. Just damn, like Allegaeon can do no wrong when it comes to creating great music. And then we go to Extremophiles B, which begins with a dramatic introduction, an infectious riff, and completed by by Riley's just death growls intro with the first line, I am exposed to elements known to in excess destroy and dethrone. Just, and the harmonizing guitar moments between Greg and Michael at the chorus are very, kind of almost reminds me a little bit of like Brendan Small's Galacticon. Kind of a little bit. And Riley's vocals are pretty much all over this track, showing some exceptional range from like death growls to gutturals and to some very delicate, clean vocal moments. And 3/4 into the song, it's in for a right treat. Great song. Next song on the album is called The Secular Age, which the concept may appear superficial, but to be scientific and complex, make it use of very like medical, chemical, and biological terms, but any prior knowledge of these is certainly not needed to appreciate the excellent music, and there is no better examples of this. Exothermic chemical combustion. This song pretty much just goes really fast, and there's like a section that pretty much goes into like a halftime groove in there, and this song is also a perfect example of how a riff can change when it goes from like one string to like the very low string, which is just a really good song. Next song here is Extremophiles A, which I feel like this song falls into sort of like a neoclassical feel, and I pretty much love how the subtle keys on this track pretty much gives it a very elevated sound to it. Metaphobia, which is another highlight on this album. It's just a short distorted synth intro and suddenly a frantic tidal wave of drums and guitars. Musically and lyrically, this is an angry song. The lyrics in this show a clearer frustration with like the current state of our world, but also hope that humanity could collectively come around to a newer attitude towards reason, growth, and maybe even an overall emotional maturation of the human race. Tsunami and Submergence, which begins with a symphony of strings and piano that sounds like a Hollywood level film score, and then time jumps, and then an acoustic and distorted guitar balanced by an orchestral background that is perfectly done. And to Riley's beautiful, intimate, clean vocals in like the first verse, immediately countered by his sort of like brutal death growls. And the song gets heavier as it progresses with like the signature Greg and Michael solos and interesting time changes from Brandon Park. And another complicated, robust, and well thought out track. Colors of the Currents, another great song, love it. Stellar titled Disruption, which is actually the first single off this album, and I'm really loving the tremolo riff in the beginning of the song. And this is one of the best songs I feel like that Allegaeon has made, and these guys are on the very, very rare trajectory of getting like consistently better over the years, and this is almost like never seen in any genre, but this is just, damn, it's really great. And then the album closes with the epic title track, Apoptosis, which is just 10 minutes of a call to humanity to be better, but Allegaeon style. The first 90 seconds set the pace for the rest of the track, and then just, holy shit, what a song. A slow guitar, and then Riley's first words of the verse is like mourning the loss of what we thought we could have become as we were once. And then just all hell breaks loose. Every chaotic piece fits perfectly with one other, and each musical element of this song is heard individually and collectively at the same time, and is just very overwhelming. Now, overall, Apoptosis by Allegaeon is just wow. I feel like what the proponent of Sentience, I can't even say that name, I feel like it was sort of like the new chapter of Allegaeon, but I feel like this pretty much takes it by the cake. And honestly, I was really surprised. I'm not gonna say this, but I feel like this could be probably album of the year so far for me. It's just, damn, it's really good. So if I were to give this album a score, I'm probably gonna give this a solid 10 out of 10. No joke. Okay. If you haven't heard this album, fucking listen to this. It's just really good. So yeah, that's my review of the new Allegaeon, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it, and I'll see you all in the next video. And as always, keep it metal.